Hey, my Watoto hairband covering my messy hair. I honestly didn't want to do my hair today. But anyway, it is Fun Friday. Today, it's actually not going to be a funny story. It's going to be a true story of, well, they're all true stories, but of one time that we were flying to Texas. So this was, I don't know, like 7 years ago, maybe, when we were flying to Southwest Believers Convention. That is by Kenneth Copeland. It's like awesome. And we went, my mom, my brother, and I, and my mother-in-law and Caleb. And this is like before we were even dating. We were just friends at the time. And we all went down. And Caleb was still in university. Anyway, and then we went there, and then we were 20 minutes airborne on the air. I don't even know if that's how you actually say it, but we were on the air, and then all of a sudden, we have like this massive turbulence. It's like, and we were just like, oh well, turbulence happens. It's whatever. And then like I am actually in the window seat, like where I can see the wings. And so I wasn't like right beside the wing, but I was like maybe one back or two, but I could see the wings. And all of a sudden I see the wings go like down, like completely down. And like I never take my seatbelt off. I am so grateful I didn't, because that is around the time that the flight attendants were passing around drinks and stuff. And so no one had any warning, not even the flight attendants. And they like went up in the air, like the cart went up, like the pop exploded, like it was a mess. People that weren't wearing seatbelts, they were like on the roof. And I guess you can't say on the air because technically you could be in the air, but they were on the roof. And like my mom's like iPod was on the roof as well, and like everything was on the roof. I'm just really glad we were wearing our seatbelts. Caleb and Dorothy didn't even have a clue what was like. They were just like, oh, it must be like turbulence or something. We were like, you need to start praying, and like people like we were all like praying and stuff, and I just remember thinking like, okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna mess this prayer up, because there's fear inside of me right now, because I feel like we're gonna die. Like the speed of this is going, like everybody knows me. I hate like roller coasters. Because of the feeling you get in your stomach. I know that's what people love, but I hate. And that's like, this was like 100 times any roller coaster I've ever been in. And like I was getting in a lot of fear, and like, Lord, please forgive me, like just. And then all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? No, I am not gonna fear, because when there's fear, there's no faith. So I started like, you know what? No, I'm gonna have faith. I started speaking, praying and stuff. And then in front of me, I noticed that there was these three girls, and they were around like 7 to 10 years old, and they were all panicking because their parents were a row or two behind us, and so they didn't have their parents there. So I tried to lean forward, and I'm like, you know what, girls, like it's okay. I said, you're gonna be safe, like God is with us. I'm like, there's no need to panic, like, and I'm like, I'll pray for you girls, like I'm right here. Like I was just screaming. I wasn't whispering, I was screaming so they could hear me. And then there's people like rows in front of us, like hands up, worshiping Jesus, like singing praise. And it was beautiful to see how many people were actually in this airplane that were praying to God. And then the flight stabilized, and like instant. There is flight marshals in every flight. This one was a small flight, and there was two. And like out of the nowhere, they just stand up, put their badges on, and they're like, we are flight marshals, we're taking over this flight, everybody remain calm, everybody stay in your seats, do not move, blah blah blah. And like they just took over. Flight attendants were not allowed to, because they had concussions, they were hurt, and so the flight marshals took over. And then like minutes later, we were told by the pilot, that the air control told them that there was a plane right in front of them that was not, like, they didn't know about until the very last second. And the pilot had to take drastic measures to avoid a collision. And he first tried to get out of the way by moving to the side, and that's where we felt the first turbulence. But the air control was like, no, like this is seconds. Like, you have to react. So he decided to go nosedive down and then get back up, and he was saying that it's so difficult to do that. So we were so grateful. We pleaded the blood of Jesus all over that plane, and we're just so grateful we had the right pilot, the right people at the air control to look at stuff like that. We're so grateful for that. And but because that could have gone completely different. So that was a little crazy story that we had with flying. So now I never take my seatbelt off, and I always never ever forget to pray over the pilots, the flight attendants, everyone. Everybody was safe, everybody was good. A lot of people were shaken up, but everybody didn't have any major concussions or stuff like that. So God totally protected us. But anyway, so I just figured I would share you guys this story, my crazy Texas story, going to Texas. But anyway, so hope you enjoyed. See ya Monday.